Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're talking about this lovely piece of exercise equipment behind me. So let me just kind of give my backstory on how I ended up with a Peloton and why I bought it. So obviously during the pandemic we weren't going to gyms. I wasn't really going to gyms prior anyway. I was not a huge fan of gyms, so I just wouldn't go. Probably part of the reason why I'm in the current state I am, and I'm not in the healthiest of bodies, so that's a big portion of as to why I bought this piece of equipment. I don't have to go to the gym with this, and I know some people thrive on that, but with the pandemic obviously that's not as feasible as it once was, or you're not as comfortable going to the gym. With that, that's the major reason why I bought this, and love it actually. So with that, we'll jump in on what I think. Okay, so I was a person, let me just preface this. I was a person that bought the original bike before they announced the new Bike Plus. And I actually fell in that 30-day window where you could return the old bike and get the new Bike Plus. And I was like, okay. So they gave you a refund, a partial refund on the old bike because they decreased the cost. And then you had the opportunity to return the old bike and then get this new bike. So I did that. And I'm kind of going to go over the original bike versus the Bike Plus because I have had both and I've ridden both. So I rode the bike for about two and a half, 3 months until they picked up the old bike and replaced it with this new one. So I've had both. I've had this one for about 3 months and I had the other one for about 3 months. So I'm in all 6 months probably now. And I just kind of want to go over the big differences. Like, is it worth the extra money to spend on the Bike Plus versus the bike? So with that, I want to jump in, hopefully, and I just kind of want to touch on just pros and cons of a Peloton. Is it right for you? I also have a link for you where you can get $100 off if you decide to buy it through the Peloton website when you buy accessories with it. The shoes, the mat, the headphones, the heart rate monitor, whatever. If you just buy the bike itself, none of the accessories that come with it, then that $100 off does not apply. So that's something to keep in mind, that you might be able to get a pair of shoes for nothing if you use the link provided. It is a referral link. So you would get $100 off your accessories. Okay, so the major differences between the bike and the Bike Plus. I've had both. Like I said, I've had one for about 3 months and I've had this one for about 3 months. So as we're jumping into our New Year's resolutions, which I know many of us are, so we are gonna hopefully start filming my Peloton progress and eating healthier and doing this together as we move forward. So if you want to see that kind of thing, make sure and hit the subscribe. And I'm just going to go over the main differences, so let me jump into that. Okay, so mechanically there's not really big of a difference. It works the same. I've had no issues with either. Delivery was smooth. I know there are complaints of some interesting delivery stories. I haven't had any. They didn't set it up for me. They put the screen on and brought it in and plugged it in. That's all they did. They didn't help me set it up. I don't live in an area where there is a Peloton store, so I had the XPO logistics company deliver mine. I had no complaints. They put it where I want it. It was safe. So with that, we're happy about that. So the only major difference is that the bike plugs into this little mini hard drive looking thing, and then that plugs into the wall. I'm pretty sure that is what controls another major difference is the auto resistance. Now this is an optional thing when you're riding the bike. Where you click that on and it will put you within the range of where the instructor wants you. So if you're at the low end of that range, it's going to put you at the new end. It's going to put you at the low end of the new range. So if you're warming up, if you're riding at a cadence of 30 in a 25 to 35 range, and then she tells, or he or she tells you to crank it up to 35 to 45, it's going to put you right at that 40 mark. So if you're riding right in the middle, it's going to move you up to right in the middle of the new resistance level. So that's cool. That's really cool for some people. It's not a deal breaker for me. I thought it was going to be. It's not. I'm cool with the old bike in that sense. A big one that I didn't think was gonna be a big thing for me, but it actually is. It makes a huge difference, is the speaker on this bike. The speaker, the old bike had the speaker in the back of the screen, the tablet. But this one has it in the front, and the sound quality is 100% better, 100%. I don't say that lightly. Obviously, if you're gonna ride with headphones, or it doesn't really make that big of a difference to you. It didn't to me, but then I realized, man, this is a big difference. But if you're riding with headphones and you want to keep it quiet in your house, obviously that's not going to be a deal breaker. You might want to consider going with the less expensive option because it doesn't. But if you are going to ride it with the speaker, this one's good. The speaker I really like. Another thing that the resistance I talked about, obviously another huge thing that people, they listen to critiques. This one spins, which you gotta get it just right. So, okay. Well, this screen spins, okay, where the old bike does not. So if you're doing like a bike boot camp, or you just want to do yoga or whatever that situation may be, this spins, and I could do it over here in this part of my office. Clearly I have it in a corner in my office. Like, it doesn't take up a ton of space. It was an empty corner prior, so this is where it lives now. So to note though, okay, so this tablet on the Bike Plus spins by itself. It has the mechanism to do that. But I know that, and I'll link it below, there is a attachment you can put on the original bike to make your screen spin. So it's an added, it's not a Peloton product. It is a aftermarket product that some company made to make the old bike monitor spin, if that is a deal breaker for you and you don't want to spend the extra money. But I will link that below if you're interested. Another big thing, if you are a Apple device user, the Apple Watch interface on this is so easy. You literally just tap, I don't have my watch on, but you tap your watch to the top of the screen and it pairs. There's no like hassle with pairing, because that's something that the old bike had issues with. It Bluetooth pairing was not as seamless as some may have liked it to be. So those are the main differences that really stand out to me, and I'm just, you know, an average user. I talked about the ways to remedy this and save some money on the older bike version is get that attachment to spin your screen. But if you have a Roku or Amazon Fire device, you can download the Peloton app to your TV and do it from your TV too. Like, it's not a deal breaker. You know what I mean? There are a lot of ways. You don't need this 100%. It's nice though, because if you're riding in a bike boot camp where you have to get off the bike and then you have to go do floor exercises, you don't have to have the TV right in front of you. You'd have to switch over to a tablet, put on your, you know, this is more seamless, I think. So, as for a remedy of the speaker, you could pair it to an external speaker, like a small speaker. I have a Wonder Boom. I've never did it, but you could. That way the sound was better. So instead of pairing to Bluetooth headphones, you would pair to a solitary Bluetooth speaker, which would be interesting. So, and it would give the sound better if that's something that matters to you. I am not like a huge, I didn't think it would bother me that much on the old bike, but it actually really did. It just sounded, it didn't sound good. And I don't know, when you're working out and the music is a major part of the workout, you don't want it to sound bad, you know? So moving the bike to the front of the screen was a really, really huge, it's probably the top thing. Well, it's obviously one of the top things for me. Like I said, the auto resistance isn't a deal breaker for me. Like, I can turn it off and do it myself. It's not that big of a deal for me personally. Like I said, if you're a big Apple Watch person and you want to look at all your stats via your watch, this bike is very cool because it's very seamless to do, though you can pair it to the other one. Let me make that very clear. It's just not as seamless. You literally just tap and your workout starts and finishes with the instructor, which is cool. So, I think I talked about all of that, the major differences, and Really, this bike looks fancier, like it has chrome detailing over here, which mine still has the thing on it. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't. Like, it's a nice bike, don't get me wrong. But there are ways to save money when purchasing this bike. You can buy just a standard spin bike from, I've seen them at Sam's Club. You can obviously, Amazon has one. There are a lot of ways to save some money and buy a less expensive bike. I'm pretty sure you could probably get one used, just a used spinning bike, and go that method and have a tablet or TV or phone on the bike portion and spin that way. However, your resistance and your cadence isn't going to be as accurate as the bike because it's not a Peloton that's not connected to the bike. And I have seen some videos, I don't know them personally, but I have seen some videos where people have bought a Amazon bike and used their own iPad, I believe, to stream the workout videos. It's great, but that's another thing. They came off that bike like they hadn't worked out. So I don't think they were getting the true workout that Peloton offers. They weren't glistening like most people I've seen get off the normal Peloton bike. Their resistance isn't going to be the same, their cadence isn't going to be the same. So that's something to take note. Are you gonna, if you're just in it to exercise and make your are you in it to just exercise and be healthier, or are you into the leaderboard and things like that? Because that is all offered via this. What else? I hope I'm not rambling. I personally feel it wouldn't be as good of as a workout as if you had the bike. So another option is going, I will link the group below. It's buy and sell Peloton bikes. If you live in a larger metropolitan area, there's a good chance someone is selling it. The benefit of that is you don't have to wait. I mean, there aren't any financing options through Peloton using that, but you can buy a warranty through Peloton to protect your new secondhand bike. So that's something to take note too. There are many ways to get a Peloton. I like the Facebook group because I'm pretty sure you're not going to get some phony person like if you see on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. If they post to this group on Facebook, you can see where they're from and what area they're in, and just the general information about the bike. So I do like that Facebook group. Obviously I bought my bike new from Peloton and I found out about after, but I don't live in a huge metropolitan area and I haven't seen many Peloton bikes come up for sale in this area. So obviously if you live in a smaller town or a small town, or if you're willing to travel to get the bike, maybe that would be an option to a larger city near you. One thing the Peloton offers is that kind of workout class feel, you know, when you get on the bike, it feels like you're in a class. And obviously you can do on-demand or live classes. I think all of the live classes are saved for on-demand for later ride use if you can't make it to the live ride, which is cool. And there are so many, it's not just a bike. They have all sorts of classes that can help you achieve a full, a well-rounded gym atmosphere. So that's something to take note of. Those things that I talked about in this video are major differences or are gonna make a big impact for you, then maybe go with this one. But if I had to do it over again, I don't think I would. I love the speaker, guys. I love it. But it's really up to you which is better. But honestly, obviously the better value bike, you get everything there. You can have, I'm not sure how many people on your account to use the interface. Obviously you don't have to have the bike to get access to the classes. You can pay the $13 a month fee to have access to the classes without the bike. If you have the bike, it is $40 a month. I'm not sure why. It just doesn't seem fair, but it is what it is. For me, you spend, I don't know, 20-30 bucks on gym membership a month, and you have to go to the gym. Here it's in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to leave. You don't have to, you know, get dressed to go to the gym. You can wear horrible sweats and a t-shirt, just get on the bike and go, or do a workout in your living room or wherever and just do it, you know. The $10 extra a month from a gym membership isn't a huge deal breaker for me. At least I'm actually using this instead of not using the gym membership and just paying for it and not getting any value out of it. And obviously you can add people, your whole household can use the bike. You're not paying an individual price. So if my sister does not live in my household, but she still uses my Peloton bike every now and again, and she uses the app interface. So I do have a profile on here for her, and she can access all the other classes at her house at her leisure. So obviously it's $40 a month, and if your whole house, or if 2 people are gonna use it, that's 20 bucks a month for each of you. That's a gym membership, you know. It depends on your gym too. Some people I know pay a lot more. So I touched on the major differences. For me, it was the Apple Watch feature, the speaker, and the resistance. It's auto on this one. That's not that nice in my opinion. It's nice, but not that nice. I'll be sure to link everything I mentioned, so that would be my referral link. If you want to get $100 off accessories, feel free to use that. If it doesn't work, maybe it's been used too many times already. I don't know that I will have that issue, so hopefully it's working. Down below, it's $100 off when you buy accessories. So if you buy shoes with the bike, those are I think 120 bucks. You can get 100 bucks off of those. So, or you can buy the headphones or the mat, or I also did not buy the Peloton mat. I thought it was ridiculous to charge $70 for a mat that I can get the exact same thing on Amazon. So I will link the mat I have. It is a smaller one than Peloton because I have a small area. I'll be sure to link that down below. So I'll link the pivot thing. I'll link the Facebook group of where you can secondhand buy Pelotons, and I will link the pivot arm. I will link my referral. And if you want to hang out with me and see my Peloton progress this new year, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I will get back to you 100%. If you have any questions, please ask. I will take the time if you have any questions, and if I can't answer them, I will try to find a resource that does. So please ask them down below. I do love it. I think it's worth it. It's a piece of exercise equipment that you'll have for a very long time as long as you take care of it. So with that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the referral link for 100 bucks off is down below. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my Peloton progress videos that I plan on filming. So hopefully that will hold me accountable. Okay, bye guys.